Hey guys, welcome back to Jimny. I'm gonna show you some of the center consoles I've been trying to mock up for the Jimnys, and let's get to it. Alright, so this is the first one. The only thing I did was add my name. I changed it just a smidgen, but it sits really far back. It basically pushes the cup holders forward, right? But then they have like all this unused space here, and this is a really great design. And there's a guy online that actually made this a little bit better. It has really deep cups. Those won't work in the white Jimny, and that's really what I'm printing this for. So that was prototype number 1. We're gonna put that one in the blue Jimny. I think it'll work fine. And then prototype number 2, we made it a little bit bigger. You can kind of tell. It's a little bit taller because they're underneath the cup holders. There is a little, I don't know, a thing where a hook went under on the original factory one, and I didn't really like that, but I didn't really know what to do about it. So I left the cups up a little bit higher so I could put a bolt through and hold it down. It also had a couple of screw holder holes in the back for the original cup holder in the white Jimny. The blue Jimny doesn't have any. Apparently 15% battery on a GoPro means no battery, so whatever. So that was prototype number 2. I did print another lip on the original one to try to make it a little bit taller. I realize it's a little wide, especially since I raised the seats and they have a little bracket there. So then that was prototype number 2, and then came in prototype number 3. So I made it a little bit thinner. It's not as wide, so it'll fit a little bit better. The tissue box is the same. I edited it a little bit because this one, this one had like round corners on the base box and then square corners, so that wasn't going to work. Still says Jimny on the side. Cup holders are a little bit bigger around. I wanted to be able to put a bigger cup in, so it actually fits my giant Stanley cup now. It'll fit whatever 2 liter or 2 liter 20 ounce water bottle or soda or whatever. And then I kept the the tissue holder back there, and then also this can't go all the way down to the floor because there is another bracket underneath this that holds this on. So I'm gonna show you this piece that goes underneath the front. So in the front, I really didn't want to have a bolt in my cup holder. So I found a flat bolt. I just happened to have it in the nut that goes with it. And that little, I'll show it to you here just as soon as we get done here. But this goes inside the grommet, inside the metal bracket on the Jimny. And then my nut will fit inside of there. So I just printed that so it would work. I got to drill a little hole in the center so that the bolt could go down farther in there. But this is going to be pretty sweet. And I'll go show you that piece now. Alright, so drilled my hole, got my nut pushed in there pretty easy. You guys can kind of see what I'm working with here. This is just gonna, I don't know if I can do it with one hand, but basically slide it in there. And there you go. I freaking 3D printed that first time, perfect size. I just used calipers and measured it and printed it, and it came out the exact size. Now, to try to get the hole in the in the center console, that's in the exact right spot. So let me go do that, and I'll be right back. Ooh, it's kind of dark, isn't it? Well, I got it in there. You can see I apparently don't measure very well the first time. I drilled that hole off just a smidge, but it's in there. I got a little flat bolt there. I'll paint that black and you'll never even know. The next is to work on these. There's some screws that can go in the side, or there's bolts that can go in the center of the cup. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I may take it back out and then measure for those bolt holes, because it might be easier than trying to get the screws in. We'll see. Well, got her all in. Tissues will fit in there. It's pretty strong. You pull on there, it don't do anything. Don't move at all. So that's good. Thanks for hanging out on this one. That was a pretty short one, but it took me a long time. I'll probably print one more of those, just a little bit cleaner. That one's got a couple of defects in it I didn't like very much, but it works. It's functional, so it'll be there for a while. I'm also gonna put the spare tire back on the back of this today. I took it off because it's really the only part on the car that was just really nasty. I thought it was rusted. It was so yuck. I thought it was all rust, like just rusted out. And I pulled it off, and there was a big old spot on the back of the Jimny here, like it looked like a moon. I also thought that was rust, and I was pretty upset. And I spent probably 4 hours trying to get it off, and I cleaned it off. But those guys we had in a couple of videos ago that detailed, they told me a trick. And he said if it's tree sap, you can use hand sanitizer. So I just put some hand sanitizer on there, and I let it sit for like 30 minutes. And I came back in, and it came off. It didn't just wipe off, but it came off super duper easy. But let's see, it's around here somewhere. I sandblasted it. We got a new sandblaster for free. And then I spent a bunch of money putting this metering valve on. I don't know if you guys can see it back in there, but it freaking made a huge difference than trying to use that stupid straw that goes down in there. What a stupid design. But it was probably, I don't know, 70 bucks or 100 bucks worth of stuff to make that work, just little fittings and things. But it's amazing. I only put like a 32-ounce cup of glass bead in there, and it just ate the paint and stuff off of that. It only had the piece that holds the spare tire on only had just a little tiny dot of rust, and it came right off with the glass. But I painted it, and I cleaned up the bolts and painted those too. Oh, I can't put it back on yet. I'll have to run to the store. I want to grab some new rubber washers. These ones are shot. I think they're supposed to go in those holes, and there was one missing, which really is weird, because it seemed like this thing had never been off before, but obviously has because it's been painted, but they didn't put one back on. So I'm gonna go just get some nice thick rubber washers, and I'm gonna put that back on, and I will be right back. Let's throw it back on. Sandblasted and painted the bolts. Got some new washers from Ace Hardware. We're ready to go. Super fast.
Oh, you have your way, and it's making me weaken. You and your stardust, walking like that. It's really getting too much, but I can't pull back.
Alright guys, that's it. Quick video, all done. Back to normal. See you guys.